A very good morning. You know, I listened. Something I don't do very often is I listen to the last talk that I uploaded, and I try to understand it from another version of mind, the ego mind, and I couldn't get it if I was the third party, the listener, the you. I don't get it. You see, like um, Krishnamurti and his uh, the people who are talking, they didn't get it. You see, because there's no experience of it. So you wonder, what service does this speaker offer, rather other than complicating your already perfect mind. There may be imperfections in mind. There certainly is. Um, if you look at the external world and what's going on in our planet through wars and unnecessary killings, it has to be an imperfect mind. So we all know what an imperfect mind is. If you don't understand the the imperfections that you've had, still having, um, then we're in trouble. So, I mean, what's the point? You see, what is the point of of taking some beautiful time out of your life to watch a guy complicate your mind through an idea of thinking it can simplify? There is a universal mind. This is it. We are it. It's called consciousness. But we have this unique little hard drive in our system of I. And we love it, you see. We love being ourselves. We love all the states that the mind has created. We even love suffering. Yes, I know suffering, but I can get out of it, you see. I have a challenge, you see. I have something to do. I have something that I can, I can make amendments with, or I can add or enhance or try and subtract from things that are going on in this reason behind suffering. So it's okay, And most of the time it works. Something just changes. Something seems to be brighter. And we know that we can't not hold on to this brightness. It's going to fade. So in a egoistic human sense, there are beautiful speakers, Sheldrake, Spira, Adyashanti, Muji, and they all form some sort of, magnetic hold, whether it's through financial gain, which is okay, whether it's through trying to form a community, whether it's through please come into this house and we can all enlighten or awaken as one. Well, the intentions are always good. They're always for the right reasons. And you have the choice of attending some of these, and they're free. And they give you some meditation, some information, some enlightening experiences. They give you some real full advice on how they think it is the best way to do it, how it will benefit you. Or you have the minuscule, the ones that really just recite the experience. You have, like, one of my dearest is Teosho Buddha and Deepak Chopra. I mean, they all, and Deepak has his own, world of science and quantums and talks, and is a very highfalutin and incredibly present and smart guy. But you have to have a desire or a need in our ego world to help someone. A real true desire. So say, come and meet me in my satsang hall and we'll talk, we'll discuss, we'll enlighten each other. And this is just complete nonsense to you, to your mind. And it's taken a long time to fully understand. There is options of putting yourself on some sort of pedestal, but that's not what this is about. It is about being all on the same pedestal. It is about simply being in silence. Even Krishnamurti, even my favorite Jiddu, he felt the urge or an obligated task to project that experience of death that he encountered through his brother dying and through his, I mentioned a video which higher than that in the last one. No, I don't know if you watched it, but the old man that was this, I don't know what they call him, Avadhut, was not really about him. That's the spirit. That's a spirit that you have to encounter. And the king encountered it, and the king was shocked into surrendering. It's not about the Avadhut. We all are or have our inner Avadhut. And it's constantly with you. And it doesn't see things like birth and death and fear and worry and ego as what life is about. It's presence in the highest state of awareness. And the king in that story was woken up to the present state of heightened awareness, disrobed, realized all intents were on something that was not really true. Being a king, being powerful, successful. He needed that life to encounter the truth. So it's not about the king giving up. It is about the king realizing the inner being that is never ever out of each one of us. The true Avadhut is beyond I. But we cannot experience it without being I alone. Being I alone means no I am. No I am Graham. No I am Graham the man. These are little strings. You know, I got another social media request from another kind of way of sharing and communicating. But it's all the same way. It's all about communicating. It's all about sharing. Matters not the name, but it was called Threads. I thought threads, like the Matrix, little strings, little tentacles, little ribbons flying from the maple, teasing and tantalizing us into this world of commotion, the world of the game, the illusion. And it's okay, you know, I accepted it. Why not? Why not just, you know, maybe I'll go to a satsang hall and be sit at the back, you know, and just giggle and say nothing. And not condemn the guru. Just to be part of something that I'm not apart from. See, the mind needs satisfaction. The body, it doesn't need satisfaction. It just needs to remain living. See? So when you feel satisfied, it's the mind that's satisfied. The body doesn't give a shit. But it is an emotional sensory activity of a nervous system that reacts on behalf of the mind. So when the mind is satisfied, it sends signals to the nervous system and the body goes, yes. But the brain's saying, oh my God, just when I had everything tuned in, just when I had this popsy and contented, balanced mind, he hangs on, he bites, he jumps into something other than what is necessary. There I go, you see. Still talking about that what is not really important in our human world. I love comments that say, not that I get any, I'm surprised, but that say, enough of this nonsense. Go to church. No? Let's go and try and fix the war in Ukraine. Let's go and vote the right politicians in. Let's go and, you know, do something worthwhile on this planet. Let's go and do all the things that God expects us to. Is it God or is it that Avadhut inside? If it's the Avadhut, ask it. What is your wish? What is your command? And it will reply, go through I. Meaning, go through the Avadhut. If you've heard the book, The Song of the Avadhut, I can't remember the author, I don't know. It's an Indian book. It is absolutely revelational. And it explains what the speaker is trying to tell you every moment and foolishly thinking the mind can get it. Or that consciousness beyond the mind can get it. There are no opposites, you see. Nectarian knowledge. I am everywhere like space. Not saying I'm space. I am everywhere like space. I am nectarian knowledge. It's the same as I am that. I am. It doesn't take you anywhere. It doesn't take you to a thought. It just takes you inwardly to the Avadhut that stopped knocking on the head, saying, and you go, what? And he hides. I'm not there. I'm not up there. I'm not up there. Leave the brain alone to work the body. Come into the being, the very core of being, into the horror. And we can meet as one. So, I feel guilty, this I feels guilty that it is not with any intent, try to corner you into some sort of purposeless, meaningless life or meaningless mind, when there is entertainment through meditation, through listening to Spira and Shildrick and so many entertaining speakers right now, so many opportunities to have good times. Not everyone, not even one possibly will awaken, because it's not about attending these videos or these satsangs. It is about, and the speaker cannot make the same mistake anymore. It's nothing to do with me, your revelation. It's nothing to do with any old saint, any new saint, any guru. You can only do it yourself. DIY. And that what is determined enough will make it. That what is determined to not comply with the thinking mind, but not hate it or dismiss it, just to know you're separate from this mind. So why would you comply to thoughts? Let them be. Let them pass. Just like when you have the good times. You know? The good times. Mind is enlightened. Body is giving signs of, look, my mind is happy. And it passes. And this speaker really has to pass. Because you can't go on saying the same thing. Through me I am is the way. Only one moment. One is. Everything is okay as it is. These words are not have any meaning in our egoistic understanding of language meaning. We can put words into meaning. Everything is okay as it is. The whole mind says, no, it's not. There's wars. My house has been burgled. My neighbour is I'm ill. The partner's over there with another person, having some sort of out of marriage. Everything's not okay. You see, that's the meaning of the words in the human language to what is taking place at what we have created for years and years and centuries, and that's what we obey with by the 10 Commandments and all that stuff. But the king in Muji's story, when he came out of the trance, out of the shock, everything was okay. There was no disaster. There was no reaffirmation about what took place. There was just a feeling of freedom, of liberation. through giving up and surrendering. Not his palace or his clothes, giving up and surrendering to the idea that there is something higher than God. And I is not it, but that I is, I am. And that's referring again to the human mind, that I am, meaning that me. No, I am is the product of that. Nothing is higher than God, says the king to the Avadhut. Nothing is higher than God. That I am. Nothing. Emptiness is vast. God, another product, a worthy one. Every word, another product, worthy ones to some. But the word will take you back to I. So, don't waste your time. Don't waste your time following words from this speaker. Ignore everything that is spoken. I made the mistake of going back to the last video to hear it, and I realized how foolish it sounds to that intelligent mind. But the one inside, it laughs and says, the whole world is foolish. When you try and seek something from this world, when you try and seek and attach to things that have opposing values, it's damn foolishness. There is only that. That has no name, no description. It gave this one the name one moment, but the one moment was not the name. The one moment was the shock, the stopping to say enough. And this, whatever I am, says, you're free, enough. You're all free in your own inner being, in your own wholeness, in your own holiness. If you try and unite with another, you're adding on another thread. I must use my app. I'm so excited. I wonder what it's going to bring. I wonder if people say that when they come onto this site and say, I wonder what this guy's going to bring. And then they say, well, that was pointless. And I want to finish with Jiddu. There is no point. You see, he said, it's the pathless path. Pointless point. Wherever you go, it's going to take you back to I. Whatever you leave is going to leave I. And when I is left alone, I has nowhere to go. So I goes seeking inwardly, and I finds nothing. And I is nothing. That I is. Have a great, great life with love.